Welcome back to another episode of Find the Line, presented by Against the Grain Design and Print, where we dive into real stories with real racers, the successes, the hardships, and everything in between, with your co-hosts Logan Cipala and Joe Falde. Produced by Luke Cipala, it all starts right here, right now, on Find the Line.
Yeah, and we can do anything. Mama said it's true, and I put that on everything. Mama told me one day I'ma blow up big and I'ma be a king. And my papa told me it's okay to sit where shit hurts. Don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get you through this so-called life they call living.
Woo! All right, welcome back to Find the Line, my knobby-loving homies. Oh, man, fun show tonight. We got an awesome guest. This podcast tonight will be powered by maple syrup. Watch out, sugar high coming in. We're going north of the border to some of the best people in the world. We're going to Canada. We got a rider on tonight that lives on an island off the coast of British Columbia. I can't imagine a more magical place than that to own a dirt bike. Can't wait to hear all those stories. We got to meet this rider in American Hillclimb West. He came on the scene instantly. We saw a very, very talented rider. His father putting together awesome rides on a frickin' Harley. If you want to turn heads, ladies and gentlemen, come to American Hillclimb on a Harley and start throwing some licks down. You'll get them. So tonight, so pumped, awesome. Can't wait to get down to this guy's story. But ladies and gentlemen, the number 115, Quinn Mccullough. Quinn, how's it going?
Yeah, good, Joel. Thanks for the intro.
Oh, dude! Like we said, you came kicking the door in American Hillclimb, and we first saw you. Todd Cipala's chin hit the ground when we saw the Harley come out of the trailer. I mean, how fun has it been to represent Twin Nation on that Harley for so many years?
Oh, it's been great. Yeah, definitely. You get instant fans. You're already a crowd favorite when you roll the Harley out. Yeah, the sound is like no other. So yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Pretty cool. We're talking tonight. We want to talk about Quinn. We want to talk about kind of what got you into bikes. But another reason we'll talk after the break, Red Bull Outliers. I mean, wow, what an awesome event we got to see on Instagram. There was some, I mean, the Canadian team brought it. Had you ever seen that many steel paddles in one spot, Quinn, before?
No, I've never seen steel paddles in person, and yeah, I built a set of steel chains on Saturday, and I left on Wednesday, so I had some sort of steel. So it was interesting. There's a whole story. Yeah.
Well, we'll hit on that after the break. But I mean, what we want to talk about first is what an unbelievable odd place to live for me, coming from Wisconsin, to live on an island off the coast of British Columbia. Were you born and raised here where you live?
Yeah, born and raised on the island. So
what's the actual name of the island you live on?
Vancouver Island.
Oh, it is Vancouver. Okay, all right. I didn't know.
Yep.
It's a big island then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're 6-7 hours to drive tip to tip. There's not much on the north half, but the south half is like fairly populated.
Cool. Very cool. What was it like growing up there? Is there a dirt bike culture on Vancouver Island, or how did that?
No, fairly decent size dirt bike culture. It's grown into something quite big. We've got our own. I think there's 7 race Harescramble series. We had a hard enduro series for a couple of years, 3-round hard enduro series. There's I think 4 motocross tracks on the island. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Logan, have you been to Vancouver Island riding?
No, yeah, I haven't even been to Canada. It sucks.
Quinn, you're not official. Till the machine makes an appearance, it's not an official motorcycle scene.
It's true. I'll mention it now. The first weekend of October, my motorcycle club has a small hill climb.
Awesome.
It's about, I think the fastest runs are 4.5 seconds. So it's pretty short, pretty small. But yeah, we've got our own small little hill climb.
Nice. There's no way the hill's shorter than the one I was at last weekend. That was 140 feet, and 30 of it is the flat going over the top. So it's only about 110 feet.
Yeah, it's pretty short.
It's pretty
That's
short.
like 30 meters in your terms.
30,
or a little more.
No, it's probably at least, I don't know, 200 feet worth.
We just lost so many listeners and viewers when you went to that meters crap, Tom. What are you doing? We're all
Really
confused
funny.
now.
I got
Last year, when I needed a standard sized tool, not metric, I had to go and find Quinn. I said, "This is so ass backwards. It's not even funny."
I
That's
I
great.
I remember that. You're like, what are you doing with a SAE socket? I'm like, I ride a Harley. And you're like, well, that's a pretty good answer.
That's great. Oh man. Oh, go to the Canadian for the SAE wrench. I like it.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, that was
Perfect.
funny.
So there's a scene on the island there, and then now got to meet your dad, awesome man, and he was a dragger, right? That's what he did with bikes, was dirt drags.
Yeah, he kind of always never like super into the racing side, but yeah, he was a lot of the street bike stuff, and then yeah, kind of got into the sand drags, and then found out about the Port Angeles hill climb where Jake Anstedt's from, and went down there one time, and that was kind of it. Like he was definitely hooked from there on, and yeah, got me into it. So
That's
pretty
awesome.
fun.
What did you start riding at a young age then when you on a dirt bike?
Yeah, I was like 3 years old when I tossed a leg over.
Okay, this is a thing. It's we got to ask, but what did you hit? I mean, everybody. Luke hit the brick wall. I hit the milk house. You know, what
Yeah,
did you hit?
I know everybody goes up a fence or does something like, yeah, I can't remember what. I'm sure I did hit something. It was probably graze the garage or something, but the first bike I remember riding, and that was like when I was probably 4, was a Can-Am 175.
Oh
So
Jesus!
not even barely able to touch the pegs, let alone the ground. So we had a big driveway that circled the house, and I would just putz around the driveway, and then my dad would grab the bike and I'd hop off, and
Oh
that was
man.
that was like the starts of me riding. So I was already riding stuff with way too much power for how big you are.
Yeah, you were born to be a hill climber. That's exactly how we
Hmm.
roll. 13-year-old kid, yeah, put him on a 500. Let's see what happens,
Yep,
right?
yep, that's about right.
Yeah. So I thought your dad started later, but when did he kind of start hill climbing? When was this when you were around or before, or when did he kind of get into
Yeah,
it?
he would have been probably mid early 30s, something like that, when
Okay.
he
All right.
kind of did his first like hill climb at Port Angeles.
Okay. That hill looks so fun, Port Angeles.
It's a good hill. I feel so bad because Jake and I talk a little bit, and I usually go to the 2 races every year that they have down there, and I haven't made it this year, and I feel awful because it's such a fun hill, but stuff gets in the way. Like Outliers came up, and was like just no time to go down to Port Angeles and have some fun. And I know Joey Rimner was there, and the Austin and Taryn Worster were there, so it was a whole group of the AMA guys showed up. So it would have been a really
Sweet.
fun weekend, but yeah, just didn't happen.
What I love about that hill is like that hole shot. You gotta hammer out of the hole. I love a hill climb where like the hole shot is a part of your run. That's so freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's a huge part.
You see, I remember that one clip you watched Jake and it looked like he piled dirt up. So he was like pointing down at the ground because he was trying to get such a big run. You know, it's like, I don't know if that was constructed on purpose or what, but you wanted to get as big a hard hole shot as you could to get out of there.
Yeah, he's definitely got that place dialed. It's pretty cool to go up on some of the two return roads and just watch him go over it, and like he stays so low and carries so much speed. It's
Right.
yeah, it's kind of like poetry in motion.
No, for sure. So were you strictly hill climb when you were growing up then, or did you do other disciplines on a dirt bike?
No, we only really had the Port Angeles and the one Victoria Motorcycle Club hill climb. So I did just a lot of general trail riding, and then I rode I rode trials for a couple of years, and then I guess I don't remember it, but my words to my dad were, "I want to go fast." So then we got off the trials bikes and onto the enduro bikes, and I raced hare scrambles all over BC and Alberta for probably 10 years almost.
Nice.
Um, And best overall was I finished second overall in pro for BC the 1 year, and then
Hell
I
yeah.
I took the island championship 1 year, and yeah, so I've
Sick.
lots and lots of riding. Bikes has always been life. Never
Uh,
been without a bike.
when you're riding trails on the island, is it just wet all the time? Like I just picture like rainforest, or what is the conditions that you're riding in there?
Yeah, usually, you know, there's the few months in the summer when it gets dry and dusty, but yeah, for the most time, it's usually pretty wet here.
Because I just being a single track guy and wet tree roots, that just terrifies me. I don't know. I'm not man enough like you and Logan, but it just sounds like some wicked trails.
Yeah, we got all the wet tree roots and flat, slick rock you could ever want.
Oh balls, dang! So you're a man's man.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I
For those lucky enough not to be on YouTube right now, Quinn may have taken first place in our mustache challenge. Luke, what do you think? I mean, Jeremy had one, boy. I mean, when it comes to just Tom Selleck, Cookie Duster, Jeremy from Full Throttle, but Quinn for the whole package, I think you're leading it so far. What do you think, Luke?
I don't know. It's close.
Luke, you can't nominate yourself, all right? Luke's not on the game, all right? This is guests only, all right?
I don't know. He might have it. I was gonna put me at number one, but I guess if I had to give that away, then it might be Quinn. Yeah.
Has the Cookie Duster been good luck, Quinn?
yeah, it's been really good luck. I shaved it in just before Lloyd's, and I got my best finish of the career there, which was a fourth on the Triumph.
Nice, hell
So
yeah!
I was super stoked about that, and then I decided it's like, well, that was pretty good, so I kept it on, and then went to the Great American, and that's by far my best racing weekend I've had
Woo!
so far. So yeah,
Great.
that was good.
What'd you
What you
think
have
of the
for?
Great American?
Yeah.
I got third in 450. I got third in Xclimb, and I
Nice.
Wow.
got a fifth on the Aprilia.
Oh,
So
hell yeah!
those are my good. I definitely I let myself down on the Triumph in the 700 class, but yeah, those were definitely some good finishes. I was pretty stoked after that weekend.
So I'm guessing you obviously like the hill after a weekend like that, but how did it live up to your expectations and whatnot?
It definitely gnarly. I was there in 24, so I had a lot better idea
Oh,
of what
dang,
I
I
was.
didn't know you. Okay.
Yeah, so it's my second one, so I had a lot better idea of what I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
I knew the bike setup when I showed up. Um, so yeah, it was all about just putting a ride together, and yeah, it was pretty cool. It was me and a young hard enduro rider coming up through the scene. He's really good, Braxton Hinsey, and we were the only two in 450 to go over the top both runs. So
Wow, hell yeah!
Nice.
Woo!
it was pretty awesome making the hard enduro guys look good on that. So it was pretty fun.
Ah, wow. I heard the hill had changed from last year, that they had some pretty big slides on it and stuff.
Yeah, it slid really bad. They had a huge pile of dirt off to the side. Um, Everybody that worked on that hill and made it at all rideable. Shout out to you guys. Like that was, I only saw a few pictures of kind of what it had done, and yeah, for it to even be rideable at all was amazing.
Wow, cool. And obviously, epic turnout. I mean, what a great weekend to have the finish like that. It was damn near record turnout there from what I heard.
Yeah, I think 117 and 450, and just shy of that in 700, and then I think we had like almost 60 open bikes or something like
That's
that. So
that's freaking awesome. I love that. That's
yeah,
so cool.
it was a good weekend. It was a lot of fun.
Very cool. Very cool. So growing up, that's pretty amazing that you had a dabble in all those different disciplines. I mean, do you feel like now as a fully grown man, like pulling from those, like your trial experiences and Harescramble and, a little bit of hill climb and that, do you kind of feel your riding pulling from those different areas?
Oh, for sure. You got to be, I think, to be good at riding a motorcycle, you got to be well rounded at everything. I think you need the trials control. You need a bit of recklessness from the hare scrambles, zinging between trees super fast, and uh, I think the thing I lack the most is some motocross skill. So
Okay.
I've been trying to work on that as much as I can, and I know Logan saw just a few weeks ago. I was at my family cottage in Ontario, and we've got a '04 YZ 250. And it just so happened a weekend I was there was a motocross race at the local track. So I prepped it as best I could and had the gooniest cottage gear you can think of, and show, showed up to the races. And uh, yeah, I can call myself a vet rider. I'm 32, so I entered the vet class, and it was pretty awesome. I actually ended up winning the overall, going 1-2-1. So it was
Woohoo!
pretty sweet. Yeah.
Heck
That's
yeah.
awesome. Some glory for the
So,
old YZ.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, how
Just
fun.
ripping the whole shots on some modern four-stroke bikes was pretty awesome. So that was good.
That's pretty fun. Oh, dang. I think that's key. I wish that, when I was a young man, I wish I would have dabbled more, and tried different disciplines. And I've been watching Logan and Luke do that now. And it's like, I just think it's so important to not pigeonhole yourself into one thing. And you just learn. You're always learning when you're riding, So how cool that you had all those experiences, and especially where you live. I mean, that's got to be such a tough place to ride the trails and everything else there in that environment.
Yeah, yeah, we got, like I said, a lot of rock and a lot of roots, and yeah, it's definitely challenging here. We get people show up from basically anywhere else in Canada, and yeah, some of them question why we ride at all because it's so gnarly here. But yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. Um, there's a lot of top riders that show up to the island to do some winter training, uh, and yeah, I think that's pretty unique. I've had lots of pro riders, put Vancouver Island in the top three of places they've ridden in the world. So that's
Wow.
pretty lucky to have that as my
Wow.
backyard, essentially.
Yeah. When you were saying winter riding, are you able to ride pretty much year round?
Yeah, it doesn't really snow here at all.
Jeez. Oh, that's amazing. I did not know.
Not
I assumed it snowed there. That's wild.
Yeah, for most people, I think everybody assumes that it just snows in Canada during the winter, and that's what it is. But yeah, for it to go below freezing and snow is kind of rare here. So yeah, you're always able to ride.
Well, it caught me off guard that you weren't in a log cabin and you didn't have a red and black flannel shirt on and a stocking hat. I didn't even know who the hell I was talking to when you first got on.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. So when you were growing up, did you have brothers, sisters that rode as well, or was it just you, or how did that go?
I have one younger sister.
Okay.
She never really got into the riding.
Okay.
We've had her on a bike a few times, and she does know how to ride, but yeah, it's just not her thing, and
Yeah.
that's totally fine.
Right. Yeah.
She's
It's all
got
good.
she's got lots of stuff that interests her, and um, I will say she went up like a wire fence when she first got on a Honda 50. I think
Okay.
my dad tells it that he was running behind her and had the rear fender in his hand, and as soon as he let go, her wrist went wide open, and she went for the
Oh
fence and
no. Oh
up
no.
the fence, and yeah, that was it for a few years. But
Oh. Oh,
yeah,
dang it. Yeah. See,
but
I that's why I have the fear in me, because I hit that damn milk house wall when I was so little. I can't get it out. You never hit nothing, so that's why you don't got the fear in you. Like me and Luke, we got the fear.
yeah, yeah, I gotta ask my dad what I hit when I first started riding. I don't know. It's got to be something. I mean, everybody hits something.
Maybe it's so bad you blocked it out, like you totally wrecked his work truck or something, right?
Oh, I have, yeah, stories about coming close on tailgates and stuff for sure.
Was your dad riding with you at all when you were younger, growing up, or was it always just you, or how did it go when you guys were going to these events?
No, the first the first probably 4 or 5 years of racing hare scrambles, my dad had race as well.
Cool.
And then kind of, you go from the junior classes into intermediate, and then kind of when I went into expert, I needed that extra pit help, and I needed that extra support of just everything that goes with a race weekend. So
Yeah.
I was lucky enough that he kind of stepped back as I got faster, and then yeah, he's just so supportive of my race program from the very, very beginning. It doesn't matter even what it was. Like I dabbled in supermoto for a year, and he was always supportive in that. He was there helping out, even just taking the tire heaters on and off and doing stuff like that. He's always been there, and
Heck
just
yeah.
yeah, the most supportive dad I think I could possibly have.
That's epic.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did they have a supermoto like series on the island, or were you going somewhere else for that?
No, we used to have a racetrack, and there was a Victoria Supermoto Club, and it
Okay.
was an oval track, and they would make kind of a road course out of it.
Hmm.
And yeah, they had race nights during the summer, and then a bunch of practice nights on Tuesday nights. So
That's awesome.
had our own
That's
had our own kind of thing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. How did you like it when you're doing it? That's one thing that has always intrigued me to try doing because they look so fun.
It's a lot of fun, and I'll say the supermoto guys really hate you when you show up on a dirt bike that's got mud on it from Sunday, and you throw your supermoto wheels on there, and then you go out and you spank them on Tuesday night. They really, because most supermoto bikes are very blinged up. They got all
Yeah.
the anodized parts, and they're clean, and they're looking real nice, no scratches on the plastic and whatever. And I'd show up with my 350 I was using as a bush bike at the time, and it was just haggard looking from island riding, and just yeah, have guys like, man, how do you come and ride that thing so fast? And it's like, yeah, it was pretty funny.
Hard
You're
enduro
not.
Sunday, Supermoto Tuesday.
Yep, just same suspension, super soft. It was just awful to ride, but I don't know, it was fun. It
Oh,
was
that's
good.
awesome, man. You're getting everything there. That's cool.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think when you're talking about your dad being so supportive too, what I always see your dad is he feasts on those test slicks when we're out there. I mean, I love pitting
yeah,
by you guys because about every 15 or 20 minutes, your dad's out pulling a test slick on one of your bikes, getting her all tuned up. I was like, I think I'm just waiting for him to go out and put a run on it one of these times.
yeah. Well, he'll still ride Port Angeles, so
Woo! All right, awesome.
he still rides, get him up and over the top. And but yeah, he focuses on those little details that I tend to overlook.
Right.
So he focuses on watching the run, and bugging me like, do you think we should change the rebound? You think we should change the compression? Like, how can we change this? How can we make that better? Should we and I think you need somebody like that in your camp, because I get so focused on just saying, well, I think that was me that made that mistake, so the ride wasn't that good. But
Right.
he'll look at it and go, no, if we changed the suspension a little bit, it wouldn't have done that, and you wouldn't have. So I think having that person that's so dedicated in your corner
Oh,
is, yeah, invaluable.
Mhm.
absolutely. Yeah. Look out if he's up for rent. I'll be putting offers in.
Yeah.
People like your dad, I'm always so embarrassed because when I got to meet your dad and we're talking and he starts asking me technical questions, I just wish I had a sign to be like, I just ride the MFers, right? Like I don't know how to do it, right? Like I'm still learning. I don't know. Nobody ever taught me how to do a damn thing. So like I go to Kirk and I tell him what I think. He puts them together and I keep them clean oil, clean air, minor clicker adjustments. That's about it. I can't do anything major. And your dad was asking me questions, and I'm like, I'm not going to try to lie my way through this. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I feel so bad, but no, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Your dad's in your corner like that, and that's a team. That's how you have a team, is when you have that to go back and forth.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And there's more to there's more to the team than just me and him. Like I've got some really good friends that uh, are either owners or part owners in businesses, and without those guys, I definitely wouldn't have what I have. Um, I would like to just kind of give a shout out to those few
Yeah,
people.
absolutely.
Um, uh, Jeff Goodwin, he owns the suspension shop on the South Island.
Cool.
I am literally there twice a week, tearing my suspension apart, changing valving, messing with stuff. Without him, the bikes would be just awful.
Oh, he hates you because you're going from supermoto to hill climb to
He,
trials to Harescramble to hard enduro. He's probably like, just
yeah,
frickin' pick a street and don't veer from it, right?
I think if he knew how much actual suspension fluid I went through, he might think twice about the sponsorship. But um, also, my buddy Chris, he's part owner in Rainhouse Manufacturing Canada. So he makes all the sprockets for my bikes. He
Wow,
made that super trick oil pan that made the Aprilia possible.
cool.
Um, just anything like that, I can text him up and he's totally game. He's been such a big help. And my dad's buddy, John Harwood Custom Composites. We've done some carbon fiber work trying to keep the bikes nice and light. And anytime we bring a mold over there, he vacuum bags it up, gets it done up for us right away. So yeah, it's
Wow.
been awesome. Those three are kind of the biggest supporters, and obviously there's tons of other people. You can't mention everybody. It's super hard, but yeah, I just appreciate everybody that's behind me.
Oh, that's so cool. And you have such a unique team that you ride because you have your KTM, which we love, the 450. But then explain to us the other bikes that you ride. When you mentioned the Triumph, now is that the COVID bike?
Yeah, that's the COVID bike.
Okay, so
So
what is the Triumph? And tell us about how you and your dad built that.
the Triumph is a 675 Daytona.
One of the
So
most badass sounding bikes in hill climb.
yeah, yeah, the triple sounds totally different to everything. Um, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what kind of drove my dad to want to build it when COVID started, but we had the motor and we had the suspension and we had a frame to hack up before COVID hit. So when we got sent home from work for 3 months, we didn't really have anything else to do. I kind of basically turned the water and power off at my house and went back and lived at my parents' place for the 3 months. And we just built that bike. We had everything, so we just got down to it. It's
That's so
amazing.
cool.
It's amazing how quick you can build something when you don't have to leave and go to work.
Yep.
That's
It'd
pretty
be
amazing.
it'd be wicked if we could have like a 2-3 month shutdown every year and just build bikes and
Great. Yeah, about every 5 years, if we could get that, that'd be pretty killer.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the travel costs that went along with it that following year and a half, because that was sweet too.
Oh, yeah. That was amazing. Yeah, it was good times. So been an awesome bike for you. You guys have had a lot of fun, and you've been racing that for a few years now. And then
Yep.
your old open bike was a Harley Davidson, like we talked about. And what is
Yep.
that?
That is my grandpa's old street bike. So I can't remember exactly what it started out as CC wise, but uh, when that bike got smashed up, my dad built it into the sand drag bike, and it started off as I think it was a 1200, and then of course blew it up. And a local shop here helped us out by putting the big bore kit on it. So then it was a 1427, and then built a new swing arm for it and turned it into the Hillclimb monster that it is now. And the last year that I kind of rode it full time, it went on a big diet. It was pretty good. We actually got the Harley down to 375 pounds. So
Wow.
It's pretty
that's
good.
pretty lightweight for a Harley with iron jugs and still a big steel frame and the whole deal. So yeah.
Oh, amazing. Wow. I mean, that's not just your baby. It was your dad's baby and your grandpa's. I mean,
Y- yep.
that's pretty special. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that one, the other bikes might come and go, but yeah, the Harley's there to stay. That one will be always the backup. It'll always be there to ride and take out. We're gonna fire it up and bring it to our Victoria Motorcycle Club Hillclimb on the first weekend of October. So yeah.
Sweet.
I know Luke looks super thrilled right now, but he's a big Harley guy too, so he's really enjoying all the Harley talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it was really kind of your dad when the Harley was broken last year and wasn't sure if we were going to get it together for Devils that your dad Todd offered his Harley up for me to ride. So I'm glad that I got mine back together to be able to ride at Devils last year. And yeah, but the Harley guys got to stick together.
For sure. So
we're
then
we're s- we're so outnumbered these days. It's
it's an elite crew. So then you've been riding that premiere in the open class, and then you guys have been building, and it came out this year. So it was quite the epic build. But tell us
yeah.
what it is and where you got the idea, and then how it's been going, I guess. So what exactly is it?
Yeah, so it's the motor is a 2016 RSV4 Aprilia. So it's their most badass sport bike, and chose it chose it for two reasons. One, it makes a lot of power.
Right?
It's an absolute rocket ship. And then two is, out of all the bikes I researched and saw, it sounds the coolest. So I got at
Solid
every
choice.
race at every race I get people coming up and they just love the sound. I know Kerry Peterson's the big KTM guy, but he admitted to absolutely loving the sound of the Aprilia. So if you can get him off the twins, that's pretty good. So yeah.
Well, I thought you were just going to say that you were going for the most obscure build, because if you have a theme here, your guys' team is a British bike, an Austrian bike, an American bike, and then now an Italian bike, right? So you just can't have two bikes from the same continent or country, can you?
No, we don't like doing everything everybody else does, because
Right. I
I
got
think
that.
I think Logan or Luke would know, or yourself, Joel, as well. I think if you do the same thing as everybody else, there's no way to really get ahead. You have to try to be a bit of an innovator. Like, if I just picked a KTM 1190, I can do just as good as you guys, but there's not really an opportunity to go further or be different. So,
Right.
and another manufacturer in the game. Like, I
Yeah.
know there's a few Aprilias out east,
Yep.
but yeah, not very common.
No. And plus, it just goes to show what fabricators, mechanics that you and your father are, because you have to be one to go off on your own road. Like for me, I'm not a fabricator or a builder or mechanic. So I want something that is easily replicated so that when I have issues, I can go to Kirk, or I can go to Heavy Wrenching, or I can go to Lloyd's, or somebody that it's not going to be, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's why I picked the equipment that I picked, because I don't know how to do it, so
Yeah.
it's too expensive to do something one time, but I love that you guys are so unique. I love it so that it's yours. Like that bike will forever be the Mccullough bike. That's just it. It's like, I love that. It's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a learning curve. The electronics in a modern bike are a total nightmare. Um, like, I mean, I think we packaged it up about as cleanly as you possibly could, but there's a full dash ignition switch. There's absolutely everything inside that bike all tucked away somewhere. Um, and it's like it hasn't been without its struggles. Like uh, the Washington Sunnyside, that was its first outing, and it was, I'll be honest, pretty rough. Had an electrical issue, had a big crash, bent the triple clamps, bent the front wheel.
Oh
Uh,
crap.
I thought I broke ribs. I hit so hard, I was sore for like a month after that. It was not a fun one.
Did you
And
go over the
then
bars?
the it hit some weird limiter and cut power, and the front end drove into one of the walls at whatever speed, and I just ate the bars right in the chest, broke my chest protector. Um, yeah, that one
Yeah.
that one wasn't fun.
I think it's Washington because when I built my last 450, full build from Kirk, most badass 450 that left the shop at that point, right? And the very first lick was in Washington. My very first ride, hit third, just hauling ass and hit something and right through the bars, just complete ass over tea kettle. And then the same thing, was it 2 years later or the next year? The 1190, the very first lick on the 1190 is I am hauling ass. I hit the top and hit that little kicker and lawn dart and just right over the bars, just whole helmet full of dirt. So I think it's Washington. Maybe not the best place for the very first ride is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's always it was a push to get it ready.
Right.
And I thought I had all the glitches out of it. I have so limited spots I can test any bike here.
Right.
So I had been out riding it. I thought it was all good, but I hadn't done like a real full throttle pull on it. So yeah, it wasn't quite ready.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're okay. Man, that's scary.
Yeah.
When you break your chest protector, number one, thank God you were wearing it. Otherwise, that would have been you broken, right? So, but number two, that's a sign like that was a bad lick.
It was
Yeah,
bad.
it was
I was right
I
up there
was
and watched it.
yeah, I
too.
was sore for a bit, and when we, got it down to the bottom, and I wasn't sure if I was going to try and ride again. And yeah, we obviously, because the triple clamps were bent, didn't know it at the time, but could not get the front wheel to point straight.
Oh,
So it was the
damn.
whole the next day I wasn't sure if I was going to ride it, but just tried to salvage points at that time because, I do plan on and did want to go to Devils again. So
Sick. Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
just anything to salvage points to
Right.
make it there, really.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. So how now with the new build, have you guys been, obviously you had great finishes on it, but have you been getting the kinks worked out and have you been learning it?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, with the suspension, every time I ride it, I basically pull the suspension out of it, go to the suspension shop, change the valving, put it back in, try it again. Um, this last time, this last time out, was pretty close getting there. So working the suspension out. I think I've got all the electrical figured out. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's impressive. Has there been somebody that you've been able to call on or ask? Like I know Don Earhart's built quite a few Aprilias and stuff like that. Was there anybody that you kind of had to reach out to in the wiring harness and all that stuff, or was that just you and your dad that just figured it
Uh,
out?
I pretty much figured out the wiring harness myself.
Wow.
I didn't contact Don. I was in contact with a guy at AF1 Racing down in Texas.
Okay.
I think he was getting a little bit annoyed of me of how many times I was emailing him. Uh, yeah, yeah, I think it would have been easier to get a phone call going, but he wouldn't answer the phone. He would only email. So he was actually a big help. He probably doesn't know it, but yeah, he helped out a lot. But yeah, it was just basically, a couple weeks in the garage, piecing together wiring, figuring out,
Right.
when you turn the key back on, does it work? Does it not work? What
Right.
sensors can you get rid of?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
yeah, total nightmare.
oh man. I can't imagine how many hours and the time that you've put into getting that build to go through. It's got to just be an unbelievable amount.
Yeah, I know. I know all my buddies are missing me coming out on Friday nights or whatever, and no hangout time. I'm just in the garage basically full time, plugging away on the bikes constantly. So now it's kind of calming down the bike work a bit. So
Right.
able to go back out and people know I'm still alive. So yeah.
Well, that's good. Good stuff. Are you happy? Are you happy with the build? Are you liking the bike?
I couldn't be any happier.
That's
I had
awesome.
I had a vision in my head of what it was going to look like when it was done, and it's exactly what I wanted. I
That's
know
sick.
the biggest part was getting that exhaust put together, and yeah, I told my dad, I said it's got to be a 4-into-1. It has to. I don't care how it happens. It doesn't matter. Just make it happen. And I uh, I
Here's a
actually
Folgers
left.
coffee can. I want.
Yeah, just do it. But I actually left and went racing for a week. And when I got back, the headers were done. I was getting a few picture updates and stuff as he was going along, but I think it was good that I wasn't there because it was a tedious process.
I
He spent
bet.
he spent basically that entire week building a set of headers for it. So
Wow.
I'm gonna I'm gonna do my best not to smash them.
That's good. That's so good. But
It's always
it's
easier the
also
second time to build them.
what's so cool about our sport, though, is you guys are building this awesome build and putting all this time into it. But once you get it figured out, I mean, Logan, how many years have you raced in the Buell, right? I mean, you're going on
Yep.
10 years racing the Buell, probably?
Not the one that I have anymore, but yeah, I did race it for close to that, probably.
Right.
On
I
and
mean,
off.
and
Yeah.
you're talking to somebody that one of the most competitive riders in our sport that pretty close to having 8 years probably, let's say, or 9 on a bike. And you look at like Harold Waddell, what did he have, 20 years on his open bike build, and he won it the last time he took it out, right? So I mean, all that time, energy, money, effort, if you build a good bike, you might get 10 plus years out of competition out of that bike. That's epic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the investment. I'm just hoping that I can, stay relatively competitive long enough to, you know, have it all pay off.
Oh, it will. It will. I mean, you think about people building stock cars and snowmobiles, and they don't even get a season out of one, and they're putting 3 times the money into what we put into ours. So it's like sometimes you got to put into perspective how good it is once you get it done, and hopefully that motivates people listening right now that are going through their builds. It's like it's going to be worth it. Stick it out. You're going to be able to ride that sucker for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. Don't give up on building the bike. Like it's very rewarding that first time you put it on its wheels and you take it up and down the driveway is like, yeah, the smile on your face, you can't replace it.
Oh, I bet. Oh,
It's the
man.
best.
So cool. When was your first time coming to American Hillclimb West, Quinn? Is this your 4th year?
20, what was it? 20, 23, 24, 25. So this is the third year.
This is your 3rd year. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So-
And then in 22, I did a couple of semi-pro events,
Okay.
just kind of, dabble in it. Didn't really know, you know, anything about it too much,
Right.
like the pro side of it anyways.
Right.
So yeah, I did that, and then yeah, just kind of dove in, and yeah, relatively successful. The first year was a little rough, but yeah, the last 2 have been going pretty good.
I mean, I know when I first saw you, I noticed your skills right away. I remember Logan made a comment about you as well. So did Todd. We noticed right away. But, with our sport, it's been around a very, very long time, hill climbing, and we want it to be around for a long time. And you're the kind of rider that I love seeing come compete at these big races. But what would your advice be if there was, somebody that was like, I kind of want to go give American Hillclimb a chance or Motoclimb or what could be, would you have some advice for any riders thinking about it?
The advice is come try it. Like, you know, it's it's a sport kind of like no other because the family atmosphere at the race is like, I think I've said it before, but I am from a different country, so it's a little bit intimidating coming down to the States and, you
Right.
know, really riding with the big boys. Like, it's no joke down there. And to come in and basically just any information you ask, like most people are going to tell you. Like, I know I've bugged Logan lots about, oh, what's your gearing? What tire are you doing? What, this and that. And like, I've, you know, I've never just got radio silence, like always, always given information back or anything like that. And, um, yeah, it's
Maybe this
just,
is the wrong time to ask you, but did you ever find that 10-tooth counter that he told you to put on? Did you have to have one of those custom made?
I was gonna say, little does he know the information was all a lie.
Yeah, you're running a 10. You're running a 10 on that counter, boss, or what? You gotta get a 10 on there. You can't compete with anything smaller than a 10. You gotta get 10.
I mean, it's got me this far, so there'll be there'll be a point where it stops. I know that, but I gotta get a little bit closer yet. He's still at arm's reach. But yeah, just anybody that's thinking about coming down to try it, yeah, just do it. You won't regret it. Um, it's super easy to get yourself a set of extensions for your 450 and just come have a good time.
Awesome. I think not everybody, but I would say a lion's share of our sport is very proud of the fact that we are a family atmosphere in racing. We're all extremely competitive, just like any good family is. Any two brothers, Luke and Logan, they're so freaking competitive against each other. That's what makes life fun. Is you're trying to give everybody their best shot, But it's that's what makes it fun is that we're just racing the clock, right? I mean, that's the best part about hill climbing. You go faster than me, good job, bud, right? It's the best
Yep.
way to race. Best way. So you came in 22, 23 to start hill climbing. Did you come just with your 450 then and start racing? Is that the only bike you had when you kind of came to the hill climbs?
No, because we had the 450. It was bone stock at the time,
Okay.
and then had the Triumph and had the Harley.
Oh
So we
shit,
came
yeah.
we
You came loaded.
came right from the get-go. We were in all three.
Okay.
Um, Travel on and off the island is expensive. Fuel's expensive up here. Not that we're in Canada that long for most of our trips. We try and get in the States as quick as possible for cheaper fuel and better highways. But yeah, we're usually driving quite far.
Right.
I know Logan and you, Joel, you drive a lot more than I think I do because you go to a
No.
lot more races. But yeah, um, yeah, it's just needs help. But sorry, I
No,
forgot where I
that's
was going
fine.
with that.
No, when you were talking about leaving the island, what does it? I remember you were telling us, but what does it cost you when you want to leave the island to go mainland?
So one-way trip on the ferry is like $130 now with the truck, two people.
Jesus, holy crap! Damn.
So yeah, and that's one way. So you got to do that return. You got to get home, right?
Right,
And yeah, so it just adds that little bit to each trip. So
right,
you got to make it worthwhile. So there was no point in showing up with just one bike or even
right,
just two bikes is kind of, you want to make the weekend worth it. So
right.
yeah.
It's like us in Wisconsin here when we travel to the east. It's about $100 one way just in tolls to get out there, and then turn around about 100 to come home. Where I can
Hmm.
drive from our in Wisconsin, we can drive all the way to Billings, and we don't have to pay a single freaking toll one way. It's pretty freaking awesome. So it's like certain places are more expensive than others, right?
Yeah, it's one thing the West doesn't seem to have is toll roads. Maybe when you get down in California, I'm not too sure, but I think most of the Northwest is pretty clear of that.
I mean, when you're talking North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, I would like to think pretty like-minded, smart people. That's probably why there's not tolls, right?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of how
And
that goes.
and the speed limits, you guys rip when you drive down there. It's crazy. Like
This-
80 mile an hour speed limits. It's like, yeah, our highways aren't that fast up here.
Is that like 600 kilometers an hour or something? I don't even know what the conversion is on that.
It just sounds like you're going faster because it's like, oh, you're doing 110, but that's only like barely 70 miles an hour. So
Right. I was thinking today we were all pumped when we were talking that we were going to have you on. And it's like, man, with you and Ryan Wyatt and Aaron Pearson and Dave Bernath and Austin Cardwell and just some of the awesome Canadian riders that we have. I mean, we got a pretty freaking epic, like North America showdown. Like if we could get all of you Canadians and all, and put an American team together and get our French friends over here, like we could have a
yep.
pretty freaking epic battle of the countries or something. Just because of the talent level that you guys have, it'd be pretty awesome.
Oh, for sure. That would be pretty wicked. Of course, I saw Matt Musgrove on the weekend, and I meant to talk to him about how do we get a Canadian team to go over to France? How do we make that happen?
Yes,
like,
yes.
Because I know both Ryan, Aaron, Austin, Dave, like they'd all be chomping at the bit to try to get a spot to go. And I think for me that'd be, kind of one of those bucket list, once in a lifetime opportunities for me to go do something like that. It'd be pretty cool.
Yep. My thoughts today about it were like, there's supposed to be these heavy, like you had the USSR and USA when I was a kid in the Olympics, and there was just big rivalry. It's like with you guys and us and the French. I love all you guys. It's like I'd be cheering for the Canadians and the French as much as I would be for the Americans. There's no rivalry there. It sucks. I love all you guys too much.
Yeah, it's just like you say, the big family cheering for everybody. Just do your best.
Right. We'll probably take a break here pretty quick, and then we got to talk outliers. We got to talk about your future. One other thing, just on you, your logo, the piston with the maple leaf, is that synonymous just to you and your family?
That
or is that a logo?
No, that was made up. That was made up for me.
That's freaking sick. That's like one of the coolest logos I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like it.
Have you seen it, Logan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't miss it. It's on front center of the jersey with the maple leaf.
It's the most badass. I'm gonna send it to Luke right now so he can follow along. But yeah, no, I just like, dang it, you guys just got everything. So dang fun. So all in all, the experience so far, would you change anything from to what's got you to this point right now when it comes to dirt bikes and life?
I don't think so.
No?
Maybe the last couple of years ride a little bit more just regular enduro. I've been so busy building bikes and helping buddies at hard enduros and doing all that my ride time has gone significantly down. So I'd like to get out on two wheels more, but yeah, we're gonna make that a goal for 26 is put some hours on the bike.
Sick. Yeah. You can never have too many of those. That's always huge. But the other thing too is it never 100% goes away. I mean, you're never going to be the best of the best, but man, it's just funny how the skills are always there. You just kind of shine them up, right?
Yeah. Well, talk about outliers, but yeah, my race prep for outliers was literally taking cobwebs off my 300. So it wasn't, that's about how well it went. So we'll talk about that later.
All right. Well, I think I think, look at this. You're a natural. He's going to segue us into break. We got to talk to our sponsor here. And man, I got to see some sick bikes down in Iowa last weekend with the designs on them. But listen up, ATG Design, listen to our sponsor, and we'll take a little break. We'll come back with Quinn.
Against the Grain Design and Print is proud to announce its partnership with Find the Line. Against the Grain works with clients to build their business and racing goals through the design and production of premium stickers and decals. We offer one-of-a-kind subscriptions for a flat monthly fee that can save you hundreds of dollars. Custom mailers, white label printing, motocross graphics, and anything else you can think of, we have you covered. It's time to print your passion. Visit atgdesign.co or email sales@atgdesign.co.
Hey there, Find the Line listeners. We will always be looking for partnerships for Find the Line. Please email findthelinepod@gmail.com to see how we can work together to grow your brand. Once again, that's findthelinepod@gmail.com. Now, let's get back to it.
Woo! Oh, ATG Design, killing it on all accounts. Saw that little P-dub looking sick. Was that Luke's little girl, Luke Wilder? That little P-dub?
Yep. Yeah, Luke Wilder. That was back in early spring. I'm finally trying to go through all my old photos and get some social media posts up since I haven't posted anything in about 8 months.
Well, you've been a little busy. You're kind of solely filming, writing, and producing a TV show all by yourself. Okay, so Jerry Steinbach or whatever that guy.
Not all by myself. No.
Well, pretty much no. But ATG Design killing it as always. And boy, we got to talk with Quinn here about Outliers, Red Bull, but also a little sneak peek to the end of the episode. Our guest may have some caught in his chain, so hold on for the end. I'm if nothing else, I'm just going to complain about dumb people in traffic. Just I don't want to step on myself there, but that'll be at the end. But right now, Red Bull Outliers. I guess Quinn, I don't know a lot about that event. Had you been to the Outliers before?
Yeah, I'd been 2023 was the last time they had the event. So I was out there in 23 and rode it.
Okay.
And it's unlike anything else. It's probably most similar to the Grinding Stone Hard Enduro in Page, Arizona, if anybody knows that one. It's there's no trees. The dirt, if you want to call it dirt, is concrete hard. And the hills are massive. Like they're real scary.
It looked like you're on Mars. That's all I could say. Is it just doesn't even look real where you're at. Just the top topography is wild.
Yeah, it's a weird one. You're driving. It's like 2 hours east of Calgary.
Okay,
And
all right.
you're driving along. It's just flat farmers' fields and cattle fields, and yeah, all of a sudden you kind of go over this little rise and start dropping in, and then you're in it. Like all of a sudden it just opens up into this landscape where there's cactus. We actually saw a rattlesnake. My buddy almost my buddy almost stepped on it. He had to do like a quick jump out of the way. This rattlesnake was sitting in the ground. Yeah, not your typical Canadian environment or landscape, but it's so unique. It's just such a cool event.
Right. Is it in Canada? Is it public land, or how does that work? Is it someone's private ranch, or what is it that you're actually on?
Yeah, it's basically owned by ranchers. So like part-time, I guess there's cattle that roam around there.
Okay.
So yeah, they rent that land off them.
Okay.
And hold this epic race.
And wow, we've been following along on Instagram, and how cool you guys got to showcase our sport with some epic builds there. The steel paddles. Was it a chain wheel that you said you'd built for your bike?
Yeah, I knew that, having been there before, I knew that the dirt is just concrete hard. I knew that rubber wasn't going to do anything. So yeah, built up a chain wheel on the Saturday, and then built the fender on Sunday, and left on Wednesday to go to Outliers.
That's impressive.
So
that's so impressive.
It was really cool getting the call from Ryan saying that there was going to be a Hillclimb deal there, and we were going to show them off, and that Red Bull wanted us there, and Shane Cuthbertson, the guy putting Outliers on, he wanted us there.
Sick.
Matt Musgrove was showing up for the hard enduro part, but also for the Hillclimb, helping organize that. Cool. So it was cool. It was yeah. And I I was really surprised. On the Friday was the first day we did the hill climb, and the amount of people lining the hillside on the opposite face. Like I think
Woohoo!
I think Tristan Alexander said I think there was at least 1,000 people watching.
That's
It
Awesome.
cool.
was it was absolutely packed.
Oh man.
Just trying to get from the tent where all the bikes were sitting to the base of the hill. I'm kind of like weaseling my way through people, revving at people to get them out of the way so that I can make my way to the bottom of the hill. It was really cool. Yeah. The uh
uh,
the Canadian fans came out, and like just I had, kids racing up to me and wanting my autograph, and just yeah, their eyes were so big. Nobody had ever seen anything like it. It's not well known up in Canada, the hill climb, especially with the open bikes and all that.
right.
So yeah, people's eyes were so wide they had no idea.
That's
Dude,
awesome.
you did such a great job repping our sport, and other people that were there with you. You guys had such a great group of guys with a variety of bikes, from inlines to twins to frickin' Aaron Pearson bringing the nitro and the steel paddles. Like hell yeah, bud, that was killer. That was so cool. And when Ryan White even put the frickin' steel scoops on his open bike, I'm like, they ain't coming to play. They're coming to go. Like that was freaking cool as hell to see that. And I just thank you. Thank you so much for repping our sport and doing such an awesome job.
It's pretty
Yeah,
cool
just tried
too.
to. Sorry, Logan, go ahead.
That one video that I think Ryan Wyatt posted it, or maybe Cody originally posted it, but it was whatever. It was a repost from Webb, and he was watching it from that opposite face, it looked like, and he was just like kind of losing his mind about how every bike sounded so different. And it's like, we're so used to it, but it's actually pretty unique with hill climbing how no two bikes sound remotely the same.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, I
there's
think like the parallel that I always kind of run with hill climbing is like NHRA or street drag racing. And there's so many different things in those sports. And that's what I love about ours, from your Aprilia to the Buell to, Jake's 890 to the nitro bikes out east to Aaron Pearson's nitro bike. Like it's just sick how many different mousetraps there are, right? And we're all trying to do the same thing. It's just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. I was messing with my buddy as I go, here, when that bike fires up, stand right there, and trying to get him a blast of Aaron Pearson's nitro or Austin Tyler's nitro bike, get the eyes watering a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool. Did you guys just ride the one day on the hill climb bikes then?
So it was both the Friday and the Saturday.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I decided to bow out on the Saturday as the hill climb was happening literally when I was supposed to be staging for the pro main event for
Oh
the hard
crap.
enduro. So I
Okay.
kind of I kind of thought I was going to be able to pull it, and then the way the Friday schedule went, there's no way I would have made staging for the race. So yeah,
Okay.
unfortunately, I had to bow out. I did have my buddy ride the bike up there, so it was on display and was still hanging out at the hill climbs. But yeah, I was unable to ride the second day.
Well, that's all right. Oh, all good. Um, so like you were just saying, you were riding, competing in the actual event itself. And how does that event work? Is there, what kind of different levels of riders are at that event?
So everything from amateur to the factory paid pros.
Okay. All
There's
right.
then everybody in between. There's uh, amateur, vet am, senior am, and then all the same expert classes:
Okay.
expert, vet expert, senior expert.
And that's because when you hear, like for me, and I'm not informed, but you hear Red Bull Outliers, I didn't know if it was like an invitation only event or how it all went, but you could basically, all are welcome.
Oh yeah, everybody's welcome.
Okay.
Definitely.
What do you think they had for, I mean, not going to hold you to a number, but what do you think there was for riders there?
I heard it was just over 200.
200 riders. That's awesome. All
Yeah,
right, cool.
yeah. So that's very well attended for a Canadian event. I mean, it drew from multiple provinces and
Sweet.
everything like that. And there were a bunch of Americans came up, which was super cool to see. making the
Great.
trek up. I mean, it's always a bit of a risk going across the border with bikes and all that. So
Okay.
it was cool that yeah, some of those top riders made the trek.
Sweet.
Were you the
is it-
only hill climber that raced the hard enduro too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Disappointing.
So
well, maybe people
Yeah.
didn't have your level of prep time. You were saying that you had all that time to knock the cobwebs off your 300, right?
yeah. Yeah, the cobwebs were literally all over the bike, so it was not the greatest prep, I'll be honest, but I still had fun. I rode my best, so.
Sweet. You were saying the landowner and the Red Bull people, they wanted you guys there. What was their impression after they got to see the Hillclimb bikes and stuff? Did they like them? Did they think it was cool?
Oh, I think Shane loved it. He made a point of coming up, and I know Shane from previous races as well, but he made a point of coming up and shaking my hand and just saying thank you for coming out and how cool it was that we were all there. And
Sick.
yeah, I tried to get a hold of him earlier today and just give him kind of a thank you as well for having us out there and letting us ride our cool bikes in these locations that's not open to the public, right? It's
Right.
private land, so you
Right.
can't just go and ride there anytime you want. So
Yeah.
feel pretty lucky.
No, that's really cool. Very cool. What about spectators? What was it like for spectators? You said there was like 1,000 people. You thought watching you guys is that about the crowd there for people?
It was probably, I don't know, there was probably another 500 or 1,000 people there.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, probably half the people knew about the hill climb and showed up and watched it, which was pretty cool.
Right.
The thing about the landscape is that there's no trees, so you can hike anywhere, and if you get on top of one of the hills, you can see so many different spots of the race course.
Fun.
So it's very spectator friendly.
Cool.
The course was a little bit shorter than the previous years. It was 7 kilometers long.
Okay.
So fairly condensed. So yeah, super easy for spectators to get around and watch all the action.
Cool.
It's crazy that it's only that long, and then looking at some of the lap times of how long it takes. I mean, even Tristan and Cody were 25 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Which I guess, I mean, they're going fast, but so I was looking at some of the results, and so it's a lot of riding for 7 kilometers.
Don't tell anybody my lap times, would you?
You're safe.
Is it a 2-day event then, Quinn? Is that what it runs over?
Yeah, so they did a qualifying lap. It was, I think, 3 kilometers on the Friday.
Okay.
And so that set your start position for the Saturday main race for the pros.
Okay.
They had some of the amateur classes main event on the Friday afternoon.
Okay.
And then all the expert VEDX was all Saturday morning.
Okay. But Saturday night, it's all done. There's nothing going on Sunday?
Nothing going on Sunday yet.
Okay, cool. Do they do like a band or anything, or is it like a party, or what's the kind of the atmosphere there?
There's, yeah, I wish I had videos of it myself, but of course I didn't bring my phone. But Saturday night after the race was all done, the beer tent got maybe a little out of control.
Good.
It's I don't know if you look up videos of the Erzberg beer tent where they start lining all the tables up and soap the tables down.
Oh God.
That allegedly that's what might have been going on inside the beer tent at Outliers.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
And allegedly Shane Cuthbertson was egged on enough to do it himself. So it was a good time. It was quite the party Saturday night. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, it was a hard enduro. So how many levers, how many shifters, what was your tally of broken equipment?
I was actually pretty good that way for how many times my bike cartwheeled down a hill. It was kind of broke the rear fender out, and that's about it. So I actually made it out pretty good.
Well,
But
people probably don't even think you actually rode if you came back with only a broken fender, right?
oh, it looks like it got ridden. It's looking pretty rough right now. But yeah, no levers, not even a bent set of bars. Amazingly, yeah, I don't know
Nice.
how I pulled that off, but yeah.
I was watching the recap today at lunch, and towards the end of it, had Braxton and James Flynn's battle on there for quite a while because they were just going at it. And
Yep.
I may or may not have put all the work in to print those graphics, and it was just making me cringe seeing his shroud completely ripped off and the bike was just roached. I'm like,
Which on whose bike?
Braxton's.
On Braxton's bike, yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, I got to print some more of those now, huh?
Yeah, I hope not. Some guy would get his shit together.
Well, he's got 5 jobs, so good of a brother to help him out.
Yeah, he's got 4.5 because I do half of one for him.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So, what was your favorite part, or what was your favorite section of the course? Was there something that was epic, or is it a certain hill, or?
I mean, I think the whole course was really well laid out. I'm gonna say, I think the section was called Devil's Ledge, was my favorite section. It wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't something that I saw anybody just blast straight up in one pull. You kind of had to go up, little switchback, like you kind of had to use your brain and do a little bit of maneuvering to get your way to the top. So I thought that was probably one of my better sections and one of my favorite little hills.
Cool.
The promoters all get an A+ for creativity on the sections that they name. They're always so good in hard enduro.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's top tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one, like, I know, like one of them's named Taddy, and that's because Taddy looped his bike out and cartwheeled it all the way down the one year, and the next hill's named Letty, and it's the same thing. It's because Letty, cartwheeled his bike down that one. It was like, man, same. There's a hill called Nitro and French and Coles Hill, and yeah, there's just so many good sections.
I like at Tough Like Roar, they have the section they just name Motherfucker Ridge, and then it has sections in between it. And when I first heard about that, I'm like, I don't even want to know what it looks like. And I got there and I'm like, this is insane. Way above what I should be trying to do.
Oh,
God. Those are their own animal for sure.
They get me intimidated just looking at the section names before I even see them every time.
Yeah.
And I, if I was out there, I'd be like, I can't even get through this, and it doesn't even have a name. Like, I'd be like, they'd be like, where'd you get stuck? I'm like, I don't have a name. I couldn't get through that part. I couldn't even get to a named section. So how did your race go then? What class did you ride in the Outliers?
I signed up for pro.
Woo! Okay.
I was maybe a little silly in that decision, but I don't know. I think I still have the skill to ride a lot of it, and I think
awesome.
You go down to maybe even the expert loop, and they cut out a lot of the big gnarly obstacles. So I still want to ride that stuff. I still feel like I can ride that stuff.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Just to live through it when you didn't have much prep time, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I really wish I had more time to prep for it. I know like I said, I'm gonna put a priority on getting some time on 2 wheels next year, and hopefully it runs next year. Hearing rumor it's an every other year event, so we'll see if Shane does it for 26, but if not, be ready for 27.
Is there any place there that could actually host like a regular hill climb, you think?
The problem is, like, the hills are either really short and steep, like the hill climb we did for the exhibition,
Yep.
or they're just like really, really chunky.
Okay.
Like it's kind of, I know like the very finish line hill is like the biggest hill there, but it's so chunky, and I just don't know if that's the hill to showcase the open bikes. You know,
Right.
you're not
Mhm.
really going to get to open them up. You're not going to get the noise. You're not going to get the speed.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I think it's a little bit tricky to do like a proper, like full on hill climb. But
Right.
as far as just putting on a little show, I think it was awesome.
We've seen from Aaron Pearson's videos back in the 70s, 80s, there was awesome hill climbs in Canada, and they're just not there anymore. And we need, I mean, the people are there. Like, we need a Canadian series. Like, it would just be so epic if we could get a couple awesome hills going, because that's our people. Like, we'll have spectators like that. Like, when we
Mhm.
go to Walhalla, that's basically Canada. They freaking love it there. If Walhalla had 20,000 people, there'd be 4,000 people at that race. But Walhalla's 800 people, and they have 820 at the frickin' gate at Walhalla. You know, it's like, those are our people. We just got to find the areas and the spots to be there. And I would love to go to Canada for a hill climb. I just think that'd be epic, you know? And I was just like, boy, with the promoter, you know, thinking it was neat. It's like, man, if there was just a cool hill there that maybe the off year they don't have outliers, you could have a hill climb there, but don't sound like that would be much of an option.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I mean, you know, like obviously I have to go through Shane for the land usage and stuff like that, but yeah, I mean, if if somebody's wanting to put in the work, unfortunately I'm a 12, 13 hour drive to get there, so I can't really commit any time. I could fly out for a weekend if there was a big work party going on, but you know, I don't
Right.
I don't have the ability to be there to help out that much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I know both Ryan and Aaron are jazzed up to try and get something going again in Canada.
Oh God.
Um,
Yeah. That'd be so cool.
it'd be pretty awesome to bring it back. I mean, just the history that Aaron has in hill climbing
Yeah.
is crazy. I don't know all of it. You know, I'm sure I don't even know half of it. So,
Right.
you know, I need to learn more.
But you know, you've been to the Devil's Staircase, right? Like, our sport provides epic live entertainment, you know, done right on a short, 4 or 5 hour show. It's freaking awesome. You know, when you go to the Devil's Staircase, you go to Freemansburg or White Rose Night Race, or, where they have these condensed, it can get a crowd. And if you got a crowd, that promoter can make some money. And that's what it's all about. And that's what keeps these races going. And I just think we got to go to where our people are. Boy, that's Canada. I just think it'd be so cool if we could find a couple spots to get that going, you know?
Yeah, I was amazed. I've never been to an event that big like Devils, and just the amount of people, and you know the big 4 liter jugs, beer flowing, and the whole
Gallons, Tom. It's gallons. We're in America here. We don't know what a liter of
gallon
milk is.
gallon jugs of beer, and
There we go.
just the whole hillside's littered of people, and they're all falling over themselves, and like, but just yeah, it was nuts. And then on top of that, being on the Harley, you know, there was the
Right.
sea of Harleys in the backfield parking lot.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
so
yeah.
cool. You go to Devils this year with that mustache. If you don't have your riding gear on, you better have your pit bracelet on, because they'll never believe that you're. They're gonna be like, oh, you just set your jug down. And you want to go in the pits now, right?
Yeah, make sure we got that dialed in.
Yeah. Do you think that there was anything more that we could have did for the hill climb experience at Outliers, or do you think that they showcased it the best way they could have?
No, I think we did everything we could have done. I mean,
Sweet.
yeah, they had bus transportation to help people get out there to see it.
Sick. Wow.
There was lots of talk about it. Um,
Cool.
I had my bike, prominently displayed out at the pits. So every time somebody would walk by, I'd get somebody asking me about it, and oh, are you riding that thing here? And yeah, telling them about it. So yeah, I think that, and then uh, just having the two nitro bikes there, uh, Aaron and Austin, they sound
Oh yeah.
totally different.
Right.
There were people standing right behind them getting, lungs full of nitro, and some people, I don't know, they were expecting it, and you'd see, the odd person running away when the thing would fire up and they get gassed out. But I think it's all part of it. They're going to
Right.
talk about that kind of thing and how wild these bikes are, and
Yeah.
just how fast they really are. Because
Right.
you know right after the hill climb was done on Saturday, you would have seen like Tristan and Cody Webb going up them on regular dirt bikes, and I guarantee you they were not nearly as fast.
Right.
Because
Good. Well,
we were starting with our front wheel basically on the hill,
wow.
and they were taking like a 20-foot run. So
Wow. Cool. I just what a thank you to all the parties involved to make that happen. I just thought that was so freaking cool. And I thought they did a really good job of the people they asked to be there for the bikes and everything. Just how man and the steel paddles, all the chains, all that stuff. That's just so freaking cool. Just love that stuff.
yeah, I think it needed the wow factor of having
Yeah.
the steel paddles and the chains and
Right.
that, because if it was just regular knobby tires or something, like I don't think people would have maybe thought it was as insane. But just seeing steel on the back tire, people's eyes,
Right.
once again, people's eyes were just coming out of their heads. They had never seen anything like it.
Right. Yeah. It's like when Matt came and took Logan and my bike down to Millville, Spring Creek for the national. I took the fender off mine just so people could see the freaking chain on the back. It's like you don't see that every day. It's like you want something odd, something that what makes our sport cool is the oddness of it. It's like that's what you got to showcase.
Yeah, grab the eye.
Yeah, cool. Was there anything that we missed out? Anything that you'd like to talk about from Outliers besides the things that we've covered? Or
I'm just proud of my buddy Tristan getting the win.
Whew.
I'm stoked for him. I know he was a little under the weather, so it was good that he was able to pull out the win. Unfortunately, my buddy Brandon had a bit of a tangle up with another rider. His handlebar went into another rider's rear wheel, bent it almost straight down. So
no.
he had to go back into the pits, and unfortunately, his mechanic, being me, it was out racing. So
no.
he and somebody else had to trade and put a new set of handlebars on it, and he got back out and still managed to finish a 7th place. So that was
Jeez.
a good result considering the big setback that he had.
Wow.
So yeah,
Impressive.
that was the two ones there. And I mean, Cody Webb riding a hard enduro on a absolutely stock 450 Yamaha is
That's
pretty
cool,
gnarly.
too.
That's like
gnarly.
you don't hear that. I think out of all the events, one with a lot of big hill climbs is well suited for a 450. So,
Right.
but it was cool seeing him do that.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, epic. Well, back to you then for this year. So you're heading potato race this week then?
Yep.
Yep.
Basically, after we get off this call, go and pack the truck up and leave Thursday after work and head out.
Sweet. Well, right now you're sitting 11th in the overall, which is awesome. You got to be pumped to be sitting there. I didn't look in the classes, but what's your best class this year so far in American Hillclimb, or what have you been having the best finishes in?
I believe, well, the Triumph's been the best this year.
Okay.
I got the 4th place at the Lloyd's race, which is a career best for me in American Hill Climb. So that was pretty good.
Awesome.
And then just with either electrical issues or whatever's happened, just the Aprilia is kind of what's dragging my overall point standing down.
Dang. Okay.
So I was sitting a little high. I think I was sitting 6th or 7th last year. So
Okay.
yeah, a little bit behind. So we'll try and catch up at this one. And yeah.
Cool. Well, that chain wheel might come in handy.
Yeah, I can't decide whether I want to run the chains at Big Nasty or if I want to go rubber paddle.
Well,
I think
guess
it's all going in the truck, so we'll see.
Well, I'm gonna say if it's been watered like it has been in the past, probably gonna want that chain wheel be pretty handy because it needs so much water there, and I just don't know if they ever got that water system figured out yet or not.
Yeah, I'm not
They've
sure.
done the best they've done the best they could, but it needs a lot more water. I know that hill got pretty freaking bad there for a while.
Yeah,
I hope for your sake they did, because that place is so unbelievably epic when they water it. It's so fun.
I want to say the first year I was there, it was pretty good water-wise. I think
in 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it probably was.
I remember it being pretty decent. I was up there relocating sprinklers with Travis Whitlock a bunch.
Yep.
At that point I had nothing else to do because my semi-pro stuff was done, so I was just pitching in however I could.
Cool. Very cool. Well, dang. So if all goes as planned and you keep doing what you're doing, are you planning, if you qualify, to go back to Devils?
Oh yeah, we're going.
Sick. Yeah. Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was the big reason of building the chains and the fender and getting that Aprilia big and stretched out, and you know, doing a couple test hits, do some testing for what I'm going to try to run at Devils.
Yeah. I know this was my first year really running chains. I ran once before, and the one thing that I love them, I freaking love those chains, but the one thing that's a little freaky is like when you jump them, like you just touch that throttle and it just settles down so fast. So that's one thing I'll just say, and not like, I'm probably the worst person to take advice from, but like when you're if you're doing some big jumps with those chains, just watch like how aggressive you are with that throttle in the air. Cause it just, I couldn't believe how quick it just puts that back tire down, which was kind of awesome on the spot where I wanted it to. But one time I wasn't really ready for it. And I was like, oh man, here we go. But
yeah. It's like when I had the chains at Outliers, I mean, we freshly built them, along with the fender. I'd never ridden any metal before. So,
right.
I did like 2 test hole shots in the backyard before leaving. And,
you're such a hill climber. That's such a hill climber thing to do.
Yeah. Our neighbors love us. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine too.
I thought it accelerated hard and was fast before, but the hard pack in the backyard, it was crazy. Couldn't believe it.
That's cool. So for racing, the potato race or the battle at the Bluffs, and then you said you had a local race still on Vancouver Island, and then hopefully Devils. Is that would that be all your hill climb season then for the year?
Yeah, that's going to be it for me, hill climb wise.
Okay, cool. And then have you had any thought of next year, like maybe going to some different races or anything? Is there any hill climbs that you've kind of been interested to try to hit?
I want to do more of the Rockwell.
Okay, cool.
So I want to try and hit Big Sky. I know that's like, I keep looking at it when I was at the Great American. I look over there and I go, oh, that one looks fun, so I'd like to do that. And then I feel like you're not really a hill climber until you hit something at Carnegie. Right. So I feel like I gotta make the trek down there and try and do that. So
I think that Big Sky should be the Des Nations hill climb. That would be killer to have a Canadian team, a French team, or European team, and an American team all at the Big Sky. I think that'd be a perfect hill for it.
Yep. Yeah, it looks
Freaking love that
it
hill.
looks fun. Like, yeah, just like I say, looking over at the other hill face when I'm at the Great American. And yeah, just I think it's one of those ones I gotta hit.
Yeah. And then Austin and Ty Cat are the ones that run that hill, and they do such a good job of laying the hills out and making
Yep.
them so fun. They are so that hill kind of brought me back from like when I went there this year. Like I think I said it on here. I was just like, man, it just like reset me. It's like that's what I love. I just love that freaking. There's no jumps. It's just who can go up this crazy ass hill the fastest. And it just, oh man, so fun. You'd love it there, Quinn.
Yep. Yeah, I like the kind of motocrossy bottom style that the AMA kind of brings in, but I really like that raw style that it seems like the Rockwell has,
Yeah.
more of like a natural hill kind of thing. So
Right.
yeah, the goal is just hit more hill climbs. Like
Yes.
I struggle to get to enough. Travel's expensive, and
Right.
cross the border is always, it's always in the back of your mind that, one time they pull the truck over and tear you to pieces. But
Oh,
yeah, just got to make it happen.
awesome. Well, I like your plan, and I'm excited to be a part of it. I want to be to some of these races that you go to next year, Quinn. I miss racing with you. And
I know we haven't seen you this year.
I know. And the other thing I got to figure out is how I can orchestrate a trade for some of those crazy ass bars that your mom made. What were they called?
Nanaimo bars. I knew you were going there.
Oh my Lord. That if it's a good thing that we're not neighbors, because I would get obnoxious. Like I would not stop asking for those. That was full on crack. Those things almost didn't make it home. That was something else.
Yeah, they're definitely a favorite in the household for sure. They don't they don't last long whenever they're there.
I can see why. Well, one other thing then, before we let you get back to pumping maple syrup or whatever you're going to do tonight, but we got this thing, and we're all just men going around trying to do our own thing. But every now and then, something just. Well, Luke, I think do we have a song for this, Luke?
Rolling smooth and bam, it hits. Something in your sprocket throwing fits. A pebble, a problem, some petty pain. Time to sound off what's caught in your chain.
Oh, we all know it. And I'm just going back to I gotta say it, like people in traffic, driving a work van, minding my own business, going as fast as I can in the left lane with the cars in front of me, and I got it some Jeep flashing his lights behind me, an inch from my bumper. It's like, dude, I pull over, he moves up 18 feet, and then my lane goes faster. I was like, what did you just prove? If I would have had a gun, I would have shot that guy. I was so pissed. It's just like, I try not to rage, and I try to do the have bigger problems, but I could not go faster. And they're just like it's because I'm in a work van. They think that I'm not going to shoot them. That's what it is. And it drives me freaking nuts. God dang. For all those people, oh God, for all you people that work from home and don't have to deal with that shit, be thankful, because it gets to you. It gets to a guy every now and then. So sorry, it's an old one, but I even had to message Tom Central the other day. I was getting so hot. I had to vent. It was awful. It's terrible. But Logan, Luke, you got anything caught in your chain?
I've got nothing this week.
That life's too good. Luke?
I do have some, but I can't talk about it, unfortunately.
Just like every other just like every other awesome thing that Luke's got caught in his chain, we will edit it out later because he's too scared to offend somebody.
Yeah, I have a really good one too, but I can't do it. Circle's too close.
All right, well, we're there in spirit, Luke. I hope you get through it. Quinn, by chance, do you have something caught in your chain?
I do. I got a little something caught in my chain. It might just be a little pebble, but
okay.
I got something.
All right.
It's you drive to work in the morning, and up here in Canada it's dollars per liter. Okay. So you drive to work in the morning.
Yikes.
And it's $1.67 a liter. when you go into work.
Okay.
And when you leave work, it's $1.87.
What?
So that's like for you guys down there, it jumps 80, 90 cents a gallon.
Are you shitting me from morning to night?
It'll do that.
Oh
And
my.
Crazy.
and it just rubs me the wrong way. I don't understand how the stuff in the tank can be 20 cents more expensive in the afternoon than it was in the morning, and they didn't get a fuel delivery.
Oh my gosh.
It drives me up the wall, and yeah, I don't know. It's
That's
just
more than just a pebble, Quinn. They're basically stealing is what they're doing.
I don't
Sucks.
get it, but yeah. I can only imagine what would happen if it jumped like just under $1 a gallon for you guys. You'd all just like
Would
lose it.
not be good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I do know I'd be getting gas in the morning
Yeah.
before work
Yeah.
every time.
Well, that's the strategy, or not always does it happen during the day, but like you go to bed one night and it's $1.67, and you wake up in the
Yep.
morning it's $1.87. It just
That's
and
so
then
crazy.
it'll take 3 weeks to go back down to $1.67,
Oh man.
Ugh.
but it'll jump up 20 cents like in an hour.
Oh,
So you can't. Yeah.
not
There you
good.
go.
Yeah. No, I've been lucky because I put that Oggs tank in my pickup, so I'm pretty good about timing it. And I can just throw, when it's cheap at Fleet Farm or something, just throw 30 gallons of diesel. That's like, I don't know, 150 liters or something. I don't even know what that equates to for you. But yeah, it's kind of nice having that big tank so you can save on it when you want.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got all the cheaper gas stations or areas marked on a map when we're driving to all these hill climbs, so we know where
Oh,
to hit
hell
up.
yeah.
Try and make it that much more affordable. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
when you're at home and that's just what the gas price is all of a sudden, like
Ah,
it always happens when you're like, scrape an eighth of a tank too. It jumps
right.
up 20
Of
cents
course.
for you. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Wicked. Thanks a lot,
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is a perfect caught in your chain, though. That's kind of exactly the stuff we're looking for. Because I would now, you know what I'm gonna be doing the next 5 days I go to work, Quinn? I'm gonna be looking at the morning. I'm gonna be looking at night. I bet you it's the same
Yeah.
thing, and I've never even
It's
noticed.
like it can't even matter because you're gonna go to the pump and fill up no matter what the price is.
Right.
It's just something that they just, I don't know, it just gets you.
It does get you. Oh man, our thing. Where I'm thinking they crick us on is we go to like the little deli in the grocery store for lunch or whatever. And we go to this one place, and the one guy that works with me, Cody, he's like, we got to bring a 2-pound weight in. Because he's like, when we put our food on that scale, I swear to God, I do not have 2 pounds of food and that thing. But every time, 2 pounds, and it's like $24 for a freaking salad. And he's like, there's just no freaking way that weighs 2 pounds. And he wants to bring a 2-pound weight in and put it on there and call him out. I'm like, we got to do it one of these days.
That'd be great.
Yeah, we'll put it on there. I'll probably say like 3.5 pounds, and they've been getting us for double old timers.
Yeah.
Oh God, but no, you gotta keep your head on a swivel, right?
Mhm.
Well, dude, we can't thank you enough for your insight and your time talking about the Red Bull. And like we said before, just thanks for representing our sport, and also just thanks for being a part of our sport. I mean, it's been so awesome to watch you and your dad come south from Canada, be a big fixture in American hill climb. And you are the exact type of rider that we absolutely love to have come to our sport, to represent our sport. You guys are fabricators, you're builders, you're riders. You do everything. You do everything great. You do everything awesome. Not to mention the bars. Your mom has a hookup for the bars. So I mean, that's a big thing as well. But dude, just continued success. I hope that love to see you on the box out at Devils. I just think that it'd be so sick to see a Canadian up on that box in Devils. And if there's ever anything we can do for you, let me know. And just hope that you have the most success you can have this year, Ben.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys having me on and having a good chat the last couple hours. It's been fun.
Yeah, well, cool. Well, we'll have to circle back after Devils, and we'll get your opinion about that.
Yeah, anytime. Give me a call. We'll have it.
Did you guys get a jug last time?
No, I didn't get a jug.
Okay. Well, now you got the mustache. You might have to get a jug this time.
Yeah, I might have to.
Yeah. All right, boys. You got anything else? All right, Quinn. Go kill her, buddy. Good luck out at the potato race.
Right on. Thank you very much.
Later, buddy.
Yeah, come on. My mama told me one day I'ma grow up big and I'ma be a king. And my papa told me it's okay to sit when shit hurts. Don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get you through this so-called life.